Hello, my name is Michelle Bluth, and I chose for my family theory presentation the Calgary Family Assessment Model, or also known as CFAM, for my Nursing 714 Family Theory and Health Promotion class. The objectives for this presentation are key concepts, the Calgary Family Assessment Model diagram, definitions, application to family nursing practice, evidence-based practice, research projects guided by the Calgary Family Assessment Model, and summary and conclusion. The key concepts for this model are there are three major categories: structural, developmental, and functional, among other subcategories that go underneath each major category. It is based on a foundation of theories that include systems, cybernetics, communication, and change theories, embedded with larger worldviews of feminism, postmodernism, and biology of cognition. It also encompasses diversity. The Calgary Family Assessment Model looks at three basic areas: the structural assessment, which includes members of the immediate family, their gender, ethnicity, extended family relationships, and outside factors. We further assess these in the structural assessment with a genogram, which outlines the internal and external structure, and the ecomap, which depicts the family members' contact with larger systems. Next, there is the developmental assessment, which assesses the family life cycle and includes looking at which stage the family is at, such as childbearing years or retirement years, along with tasks accomplished at each stage. Also, attachments to members in the family, like child to parents. The functional assessment looks at how individuals actually behave toward one another, instrumental involving the routine activities of daily living, like eating and sleeping, and expressive involves different forms of communication and ways individuals express themselves. To the left, you can see a further spread out view of the model itself and the subcategories as well. The genogram and ecomap are tools used during the structural assessment. The central circle, that is all white with circles and squares, are the genogram. The squares represent the male and the circles represent females. On the outer part of this picture, there are lines and colorful circles in this particular one. The circles on the outside represent the relationships in the larger systems. The lines represent the connections. So the solid lines are stronger positive connections. The dotted lines are weaker connections or tenacious ones, and the zigzag lines are stressful connections. The arrows indicate energy flow, and the line thickness represents the intensity of the connections. Definitions. According to the Calgary Family Assessment Model, the family is defined as who they say they are. Health is defined as the overall well-being of the individual, including physical and mental well-being. Environment is the home and where the family unit functions and progresses through developmental stages. And nursing is those that take action to tailor to family needs and identify the area of family function, as well as gain relevant information for the actions needed. Application to family nursing. On this part of the presentation, we will look further into the 15-minute family interview that is based on the Calgary Family Assessment Model. The 15-minute family interview has 5 essential ingredients: applying manners, setting up a therapeutic conversation with the family, completing a genogram and ecomap, asking several therapeutic questions, and offering accommodations. Evidence-based practice. In a study in Germany, they utilized the Calgary Family Assessment Model and intervention models for family nursing And they use this in an oncology inpatient unit to promote effective family functioning in the context of cancer care. The study investigated the effects of implementing family nursing care on several psychological and physical outcomes of patients and their family members. Research projects guided by the Calgary Family Assessment Model. We are going to look at two research projects. One is the 15-minute family interview as a learning strategy for senior undergraduate nursing students, and the second is research project evaluating the dynamics of families living in the bank of a river in the Amazon. The first research project guided by the Calgary model is a 15-minute family interview as a learning strategy for senior undergraduate nursing students. In this project, the undergraduate nursing students completed a 15-minute family interview in a clinical practice setting and documented the interview process. They set up therapeutic conversations with families, listened, and were seeking to understand the needs of the family. At the conclusion of this project, students were given the opportunity to develop effective partnerships with families, develop therapeutic relationships with families, develop skills and confidence for future practice, and they understood the importance of family in the health of individuals. The second research project guided by the Calgary Family Assessment Model was titled Life on the Amazon River. In this study, it was a qualitative and descriptive study conducted in the Amazon, and the research team assessed the dynamics of the families, including traditional ways of life and cultural particularities related to food, routines in daily life, way of coping with health disease situations, forms of communication, relationship with nature, and their classification system of fauna and flora. At the conclusion of this project, it was identified that the families have a strong family bond and positive relationships, and that they have a strong family and community with social support networks. But the families have fragile connection to health maintenance and health services. In summary, the Calgary Family Assessment Model has three major categories, which have subcategories underneath it. In the structural assessment, there is the genogram and the ecomap, which help to outline the internal and external structure of the family and also depicts family members' contact with larger systems. It also determines the connections, and it also assesses the family life cycle and stages of development, as well as how the family functions together and behaves together. I have chosen the Calgary Family Assessment Model for my family assessment assignment. I did this because I plan on using it to guide the family assessment by using the three major categories with the applicable subcategories. I also plan to use it to assess if there is any need for resolving issues among the family, as well as utilizing the 15-minute family interview developed from this model. I chose this because the genogram and ecomap offers a clear visual display of the family system, and it uses visuals to display the connections among the family and larger systems. It also has the 15-minute interview, which gives enough time for asking specific detailed questions. Thank you.